Dr. Ramesh Varier, who is a well-known Ayurveda doctor. Dr. Ramesh, coming now, first we'll start with cancer and Ayurveda.
Yes.
Is there a treatment?
My experience is that we are not claiming any cure for these things, but in cancer, in many stages, here in this hospital also, many people come. We are in a position to help them as a supportive palliative therapy and to improve the quality of life.
What if there is early detection also, then?
Actually, early detection, generally it is said like that, 1/3 of the cancer by early detection itself is completely curable. But 1/3, we may not be able to cure it, but control it. But in certain aggressive type of cases, that cannot be done. Yes.
Wanting to draw your attention now, Dr. Ramesh, to some common problems and common issues.
Yes.
If we could offer some advice to our viewers.
Yes.
Like common cold, running nose and things. So anything that we can take or make at home.
This actually very simple remedies are in, these are all grandma's treatment, which we generally adopt. Tulasi ke patte and kali mirch.
Okay.
These two things are very effective even in viral infections also. So making decoctions with these two things and drinking that.
That means you take black pepper and tulsi and you boil the water.
Boil the water,
okay.
And then it can be used for drinking purposes, or it can be chewed also. 4 or 5 patte of tulasi and 1 black pepper.
Okay.
At frequent intervals it can be chewed and all.
Okay.
This is again, I would like to divert your attention in. There is a very recent article in Australian Prescriber, which is a very renowned,
widely read magazine,
magazine, Modern Medicine magazine. In their editorial, what they have written is that it is about advice to modern medicine doctors. Antibiotics, because antibiotics now everybody is using. Abuse of antibiotics also is there. For simple thing, immediately antibiotics are prescribed, and now the disease-resistant bacteria have come. The earlier versions of antibiotics are not working, so now the 3rd generation and such things are coming. So what they were telling, that the first sentence of that article is that the world is scraping the bottom of antibiotic barrel. That is the first sentence. And afterwards what they have, the advices are there like this: don't prescribe antibiotics over phone, don't prescribe antibiotics for simple infections and all. And finally the article concludes that if you have flu, take 2 days chutti, take thoda tulasi patra kali mirch.
That magazine, right?
And add a little honey, sip it up and take rest. This is a modern medicine. So this is our age-old remedy, but we seldom practice. We immediately take some antibiotics. That is the natural way, but you can. I'm not telling that everything can be controlled with this, but the initial phase, like flus and such things, and haldi is anti-inflammatory action is there, adrak, anti-inflammatory actions are there.
So what are good ways to incorporate haldi other than the cooking, turmeric? What are good ways we can incorporate into our diet?
One thing, in our sabji, in Kerala, this is a real custom that we, in all our sabjis, we put haldi.
Okay.
And here, when you take doodh, because in northern India, I have seen that everybody consumes doodh, a lot of
milk is okay for health?
Milk, because I told you the quality of milk, because the milk we get is not, if it is suiting to you, because each body is different. That is the basic concept of Ayurveda. So your body, if it is accepting that, no issue. But there are a lot of children who have lactose intolerance nowadays, because the lactose, this cannot be digested. So in those cases, there is no point in giving milk.
So don't force the child if the child is repelling the milk.
Yes, because you have to observe first of all. Sometimes he may be having some disturbances. There are many people, soon after drinking milk, the acidity increases, gas comes out, and they are uncomfortable with milk. Such people are there. And ectopic dermatitis is another thing when children, many of the children are allergic to milk. So milk is a good thing if it is accepted by your body. If it is not accepted by your body, it is not good for you.
Take an alternative or something.
So we were telling about haldi. So haldi 1/4 teaspoon of a haldi with milk, if you take, that is also good for health generally. But again, haldi should be pure. You have to be careful because adulterated things are very much in the market. So you have to be careful about all these things. But natural products are very much assimilable by our body, and it can give you positive health only if it is done properly.
One is, of course, as you said, you said about the demographics of the country.
Yes.
And there are older people now, many more older people in the population. And we've seen that somewhere constipation is an issue. I'm sure a lot of many people come to you also for this. So some home remedy for this?
Ayurveda is one of the contribution comes there. Because as I told you, the WHO very clearly tells, I have the graphs with me. See, what they say, this year, world's population is going to be 7 billion. Delhi's is 22 million. And by 2045, it is going to be 9 billion. So this 9 billion, 2 billion population is mainly contributed by our belt. So India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and US, China, certain African countries are also there. So what they say, by 2045, in a family, 60 plus people will be more, and earning members will be less, because we have controlled birth and prolonged our lifespan. So the geriatrics or the old age problems each and every country is going to face, and it is a very serious issue that all government should start thinking about how we are going to manage all these things. Because in the case of like constipation or in the osteoarthritis, everybody cannot go for knee replacement and all. So conservative management with certain kinds of internal medications, external oil applications, regular exercises and all, it can be improved. The quality of life can be improved, because that is the 100 years experience of Ayurveda I am talking about. And constipation, as you did, lifestyle, because in old age what happens is that they will be losing the original tooth. So chewing will be a problem with so many other these things. So the fiber and the whatever we are seeing outside, the skin and the graying of hair, it happens internally, internal organs also. The intestines become dry, intestines motility becomes dry because of osteoarthritis. If the physical activity also is less, and if he is not taking too much fiber food, constipation is a general result. So there are many safe herbal preparations. For example, is Triphala. Triphala is a, 3 fruits are there. So that powder mixed with warm water, it is a very quite safe drug. In many number of cases, it helps to improve the condition.
And for young children, quickly, what precautions in terms of eyesight and their study and lighting and so Ayurveda offers some good this thing to them.
My humble opinion to all mothers or parents are there. Actually, nowadays in our younger age, in childhood, you may also be remembering, we used to play a lot with our friends outside, and we used to swim in Kerala, because ponds and such things are very much there. We used to swim a lot and all. But now children are coming from school, then switching on the television, sitting there munching something, all these things. No physical activity at all. So, and juvenile diabetes, that is another issue. In Delhi, we are getting a lot of juvenile diabetes cases, because insulin dependent diabetes mellitus, type 1 diabetes, children, they are all insulin dependent people, very young children. We cannot completely withdraw this thing, but we are trying to help them by giving some herbal preparations and all. But lack of physical activity is a very, very important issue. So all parents should be careful about these things and try to spend time with them, because this is one thing I learned one of my beloved friend, very honestly speaking, spend quality time to your children, because you may be busy, you have so many meetings, so many this thing and all, but try to spend quality time with them. They need only now, because after certain age they don't need us. Tell them stories, enjoy the childhood with them. That itself give them a healthy feeling, because the mother's love or parents' love makes a lot of difference, not simply medicines and lifestyle. So these are the things I would like to mention. Another beautiful example I will tell you, the psychosomatic approach of Ayurveda. I told you, Ayurveda tells that mind and body is just like a ghee kept in a vessel. See, if the vessel is heated, the ghee gets melts. And if you put a hot ghee in the vessel also get heated.
Yes.
This is the inseparable link of mind and body. So the psychosomatic approach, right from the beginning, Ayurveda talks about psychosomatic approach. So each and every, and that is one reason that I would again, because I'm not against specializations and all. In specialization, what happens, all the modern medicine doctors also should think about. I'm not telling that everybody is like that. Now the patient-doctor relationship is going away, because everybody, if you have an eye problem, you go to eye specialist. If you have heart problem, you go to cardiologist. You have a knee problem, you go to orthopedician. So everybody sees you as a compartmentalized this thing.
Organ specific.
Organ specific.
Okay.
It is important because that specialists help us a lot, because in an acute condition, more than us, they will be able to do all these things, no doubt about that. But a total holistic approach as a body is also important. And when you come to me, when your family people come to me, if you initially visit me and I know about your body constitution, I know about your past medical history and all, that patient-doctor relationship is very, very important in the field of medicine, which we are losing.
You're right.
In the field of Ayurveda also it is becoming now, but that relation, if you can keep very much, that confidence of that also adds a lot to improve the quality of life and health.
One final question I want to ask you quickly before we go.
Yes.
How do you look so centered and peaceful, and you have this wonderful aura about you, you know? Do you live purely by Ayurveda or?
No, I accept everything, because I'm not simply, I don't feel that I believe in everything. I believe in it because modern medicine, as I told you, is a wonderful branch of medicine, because the life-saving drugs, surgery, and then the disease, if there is a direct cause and effect relationship, the disease modifying or the system regulating medicines, antibiotics, all these are wonderful this thing. In an emergency, if I have an heart attack, immediately I have to go for a modern medicine treatment, no doubt about that. But there are many areas where Ayurveda can contribute. That is what we were discussing about, the chronic lifestyle problems and all. That is the patients who come to us and we treat them to improve their quality of life also. So there is a balance for everything. Is for not, I won't even say for human beings, it is for the Prakriti, because if an animal also is there, it has got its own role. It is not for humans, globe, because we are making it only for human beings. That is why we are having all the problems, all the natural calamities, the many these things are extinct. And in the case of we have a medicinal, because I would like to tell you that also, the potentially endangered species of medicinal plants. Ayurveda Sala has got a medicinal plant research center where we are trying to preserve the potentially endangered species and trying to grow the germplasm of these things, and trying to encourage the women associations, NGOs and voluntary organizations to grow these things, because of deforestation and the global recognition of Ayurveda, the herbs are becoming very rare. So if you don't have the resource base, how are you going to practice Ayurveda? So it's a very important step. So but I was trying to say that we live a very simple life and then try to help other people with unconditional, because everything is unconditional according to me. My love to my family, everybody, to my patients, it's unconditional. I'm not expecting anything in return. So very simple life, give love to patients, try to help them. Don't harm them in any way if you cannot, because we are not gods. We cannot treat everybody. If you cannot treat that, if you don't understand that, tell them that you take another opinion. I have to. So that kind of attitude and that kind of lifestyle and thoughts, I think that is
It's
very much
truly wonderful, Dr. Ramesh. Absolutely.
Okay.
In fact, your openness, straightforwardness, and I think this great appreciation for all around you, that is so reflected in your demeanor. Thank you so much, Dr. Ramesh, for coming to our studio. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you.